we begin with telling us about your family, where you were born, where you grew up, what you saw around you. It's also a kind of documentation of social history of the period. We expect that future generations, who look at this material would also maybe be able to understand not just the freedom struggle, but what life was like in Old Delhi, for example. What kind of social networks were there, what kind of family networks were there. So all that obviously contributed to what you are. So we want to understand you, and through you we want to understand the society in which you grew up.
Marvelous. My mother came from a village in Alwar in Rajasthan. But my father's family were 8 or 10 generations Delhiwalas. But there was that tradition, and some of that continues. The first child, when born, the daughter goes back to her parents. The first delivery is in the parents' house. So what I am told, I don't remember, that I was born in Bahadurpur village. My mother went there.
In Alwar district.
In Alwar district.
Which was a state then, right?
Alwar,
state.
princely state.
Princely state.
It was about 20 kos from the railway station of Alwar. The distance was described in kos, how many miles that will be. However, the major influence or actor in my life was my grandfather. He was a prominent, active figure in the Jain Samaj, which was very devoted to religious discourse and daily practices, Samaik in the morning, Samaik in the evening, going to the Sthanak. Within the Jain family, or Jain sect, we were known as the Sthanakvasis.
Can you explain that?
Sthanakvasis, there are Digambars, we were Svetambars. We don't have any worship. We don't have an image or putting oil or doing anything like that. The Digambar sect of Jains do that. They have temples. The Svetambar sect only has a meditation hall called Sthana. You go there, you sit down for 1 hour, morning, evening, and you meditate. And you have a mala, and whatever are the mantras, Namo Arihantalang, you are taught. You repeat that 108 times. And then the Maharajas, they are called, the Gurus, the Swamis, they will give a Vyakhyan after the Samai from the Jain scriptures. And what I recall is, there was a tradition that the Shrotas, the big people who are there from the community, they will ask questions, they will enter into a debate. And so it was not just a one-sided affair, but one learned. They say, why this, why that, why not this? And ours was a joint family where the parents were not in charge of their children. They were the grandparents. My father and my mother never came into my affair. What clothes I wear, going to the school, what I ate, we slept. We slept in one razai, big razai, under grandfather on one side, grandmother on the other side, and we little to choose in between, teasing each other. And there was no direct entry of the parents into our affairs. So all my uncle's children, my father's, we were one, woven into one. And that I remember, I recall now with pleasure, that was one of the most profound orientation or training or exposure of mine. That was not mine this, my mother, my father, my this. That never arose. At a trivial level, if my shoe broke and I wanted a new shoe, grandfather will say, take one day when everybody's shoe is broken. So of course at night we used to break everybody's shoes. But this was the tenor of life at that time. First time when I became aware of my father, special days, I woke up in the morning, we used to sleep on the roof, there was police all over the place. We opened and we saw the police, we closed our eyes. We didn't know what was happening. That they had come looking for my father. He had, meanwhile, some idea or something, he had gone, he wasn't there. So they were searching the house. And this repeated several times in my childhood. So we got used to the police. It was an entry. And also to the idea that my father had some life which seemed interesting. And one sad thing I remember, that my father was hung up on the tree upside down in the family house, courtyard. There was a big tree. And he was being whipped by my grandfather's elder brother. Because he had started a library called the Mahavir Jain Library in Chandni Chowk, in the Sthanak. And starting a library, it was considered seditious, bad, not done by children of this family. They were jewelers or something. So we were not allowed to watch it, but we only heard that he was whipped with something or the other. That was another faint memory of something he was doing different. Then one day he was going to see Gandhiji.
His name?
My father's name Phoolchand Jain, and he was also secretary. My mother's name was Chameli Devi. My father was secretary of the Delhi Congress at that time. Gandhiji had come, staying in Harijan colony behind the University of Delhi, Harijan Basti or whatever it is called. And Gandhiji used to give interviews early in the morning. My father had asked for an interview to brief him about what Delhi Congress was doing. It was bitter cold morning, but my father said, come on the bicycle. We were living in Chandni Chowk. So on his bicycle I sat. We reached Gandhiji's hut. We went in. I was shivering with cold. First impression I had was Gandhiji scolding my father. Why did you bring him in this cold? So in a way, I was happy to see that there was somebody who could scold my father. But next moment, Gandhiji asked me to come and sit next to him on his asana. And he had a bowl of dry fruit, kishmish, kaju and all that. And he offered me some. He said, it will warm you up. But of course I kept on helping myself because delicious, and they gave warmth also. Exactly what happened then, I don't know. I came away.
Do you recall